Earlier, we spoke to Dr Swikani Ncube from the UJ Department of Public Law on the legalities of the conflict.
For a long time, the Palestinian-Israeli conflict has ceased to be a matter of law. As an international law practitioner, I find myself thinking, do we need law to solve this problem, or we need politics? And clearly, we're at a stage where we need political will more than reference to legal instruments, because we have all laws in place, but what is lacking is just the political will to do so, to implement them and to get this conflict solved. So I think it's important that presidents all over the world and leaders voice their concerns about what is happening. But is that the solution? Is that what people want to hear? And my answer is no.
Of the specific international laws that are being violated in this instance?
Apartheid is outlawed. There's a convention, a 1973 convention, which deals with apartheid and specifically makes reference to Southern Africa. I think it's in Article 1 of that convention, which gives the policies that are being implemented in Southern Africa, as was the case at the time, as an example of apartheid. So that would be the starting point. But more importantly, I think it's also critical that we remember that the Rome Statute criminalizes apartheid. And for me, we may talk about the evictions and everything else, but at the center of it all, the international crimes that are being committed. And that is where we must focus. In the absence of political will to get the Israelis and the Palestinians to come together and find a durable solution, the next port of call would be to look at it from a criminal perspective and try and apply pressure from that direction.
In one of the multiple pieces related to the story that we're playing, our international correspondent Sherwin Bryce piece shows us footage of a house that has been affected by these counter-attacks. What conversations are we having in relation to human rights and the inclusion of affecting civilians with these attacks between Israel and Palestine?
The issue of human rights has been long-standing. And there are reports from the UN commissioners from various other groupings that indicate that there are massive violations of human rights committed by the Israelis particularly. So it has ceased to be a matter of, oh, there are human rights violations now. There has always been. And the question that the international community has to ask itself is, what is it that has to be done? Because this destruction of this house, and the Israelis say, oh, we're targeting Hamas commanders and these are specific attacks, but it goes beyond that. When we're told that there are so many deaths and 10 of them are children, that speaks to the issue that we have been raising all along, that the strikes are indiscriminate. And there is no proper targeting if they claim that they are targeting commanders. So the issue of human rights, to be honest, is a foregone conclusion. The Israelis have been violating rights in the Gaza and the other occupied territories. And it's high time that the strategy changes from just parroting about human rights and doing something practically.